So there are, so let me just say a couple things. So first off, we've had a very sharp drop in crime over the first 7 months of this year compared to last. And one of the reasons for that is that we got right at the heart of the problem, which was that there were a handful of folks in the city who were committing a disproportionate number of offenses. That can happen in a city of 100,000. It's a harder, it's usually not true of a city of 1 million people. In a city of 100,000, all it takes is a handful of bad guys to set things out of control, to spike offenses generally. So the police chief and I focused on a strategy of getting after those impact players, and we did. They were locked up for various offenses, and things have dropped precipitously since then. Crime has been down violent crime is down 13% over that period, and that's a significant drop. And overall, crime, dealing with crime is about dealing with emerging threats, and you have between me and the police chief some 50 years of law enforcement experience together. As folks know, I was a federal prosecutor for many years. The chief has 35 years of experience on the New Bedford Police Department. And so we're getting after it. In terms of the root causes, we have, like a lot of other cities, there are concentrations of poverty. I'm concerned about the influx of poverty into the city, and that's a tough thing to deal with, but we deal with it through code enforcement and through a number of other quality of life steps. And we also have an opioid problem that I think is exacerbating it. We can talk about that. That's a sort of a discussion for another day.
The root causes, I think a lot of it has to do with the drug problem that we have. I mean, the drugs affect everything in the city, in most cities nowadays. So we really need to do something about the drug issue in the city. And again, it's asking for help. We can't do this by ourselves. Our police are being stretched with other concerns in the city. And I want to get the point across, because I believe it's been misrepresented by the mayor and his office, that when I say that I am going after federal or state funding, it's not to subsidize departments. It's about assistance. And we just can't rely on federal funding, but when there are other resources out there, I believe that is one way to be able to help us find the personnel for the police department, find the personnel for the fire department, and also help with the destruction of our fire departments. I mean, every citizen in this country, in this city, should visit our fire departments because the buildings are coming apart. So the first issue at hand really is the crime in the city. Unfortunately, we are known as the most violent city in New Bedford, and that doesn't help us with anything. So we need to overcome that. And we need to start with the drug problem in this issue. And that is the one way to alleviate that is asking for help. And that's my job as mayor. Again, it's about being a leader, and it's about working with all the departments here in the city. It's working with the programs that are in here. Why is this continuing to be a problem for us? What can we do better? Clearly a 30-day, a 45-day program is not working. What happens to these people when they leave these halfway houses and these other drug programs? So that's my plan, is to work with everyone to make sure that the violence in the city is curbed.